For staying with us. All right, we're still reviewing Punch. Story, nobody has a story?
I do. So they say the federal government withdraws over 100,000 policemen from VIP. So the Minister of State for Police Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, has disclosed that they would execute the president's directive for the withdrawal of police personnel from VIP security duties and developing a community policing strategy, amongst others. You know, she actually listed a few things, you know, that should be done, but specifically she says that the police inspectorate department will evolve its operations to focus on robust monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning, and also following the establishment of the 40,000-man special intervention squad. We remember the IG of police also announced, you know, the withdrawal of all these police officers from escorts and guard duties for VIPs, and they're saying that they're going to go ahead to do it. They're going to execute it, and this is not just talk. This is something that they're going to go forward with doing.
This way, well.
And this would really help in planning around our police.
It's every year we say it. Every single year. So this is the 2023 announcements.
You do that many times. Anyway, let me move to. So our president, the picture story here in Punch. The president has congratulated Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, Governor Diri of Bayelsa, and Governor-elect Ododo of Kogi State. He has said that the outcome of the elections reflects the wishes of the people, emphasizing democracy thrives when voters reward competence and transparency and good governance. So he was congratulating the three new governors. However, the PDP has faulted the results of the Kogi and Imo polls, alleging that the security agents connived with the staff of INEC to rig the elections. They've started again, no? So just like I think it was Mr. Otoju said yesterday, that what Senator Natasha did was she had foot soldiers across board, and she was able to prove. She didn't even need IREV. She was able to prove with hard paper what was collated. And that's what she said. Don't just come out and blanket statement and say, oh, they rigged. Please bring evidences of rigging so that it can be done, because we don't want this country to just collapse.
Well, I was watching...
Just make a blanket statement and say it was rigged. How?
Dino Melaye yesterday, he was on a TV program and he was showing papers.
Exactly.
Yes,
so those evidences, she carry it to court is important. The evidence, that's what Senator Natasha did, and she won. So let us not just use all these publicity to be making this. You have a story in Punch? Yeah,
the commuters were stranded across various bus stops in Lagos State, especially Yanokpaja, Egbeda, Ikeja, Agege, Yaba. They were protesting the disturbance of LASTMA officials, and Lagos State.
The accident that happened, I think it was LASTMA was allegedly chasing somebody.
No, that's
even a totally different story. Maybe it led to
possibly
the protest, but they all commuters were complaining that the bus fares went up, and the worst part was they would take you somewhere, they would take double the amount or triple from you, and they won't even take you to your destination. They will drop you, say, come down here. Wow. You know, so it was really stressful for them yesterday.
Daily Sun, Labour ignores court order, declares indefinite strike. Kanu denied access to visitors, IPOB alleges. WAEC begins CBT for SSC February. 20 killed as boat capsizing in Taraba. Senate to consider diaspora voting bill this week. FG kicks as Saudi Arabia cancels visa for 264 Nigerian passengers on their arrival in Jeddah. Multi-billion naira NIMC debt threatens national identity card project. Tinubu, each governor spent over 150 billion naira and 14 billion naira to win elections. This APC chieftain. How vested interest scuttled gender bill, says Abbas. Okay.
Yes, in Taraba State, barely 2 weeks, they say, after a boat carrying 104 passengers capsized in Taraba that killed dozens. I remember taking that story. Another boat carrying fishermen on Monday capsized in Ibi, local government area of the state, and at least 20 people were killed. So in this particular case, they are fishermen, and this is like a fishing expedition. It happens annually. Fishermen from Taraba State would go all the way to places like Chad and Cameroon. And then in this particular case, unfortunately, the boat capsized and at least 20 people have lost their lives. They say at least 12 out of the victims are from Ibi, while some are from Gareji and, you know, some other local areas in Wukari local government. And you know, they're asking that one of the things that they would need going forward to help, especially with accidents like this, is life jackets. So that's something that they do not have.
Jackets.
You would, you would think. The governor expressed his condolences as well and prayed for the souls of the departed.
You know about these life jackets? Should they even allow any boats to leave
without those
shores without life jackets?
Those boats, are they
So sometimes they're usually the private. Some of them are private because the government can't own everything. Okay. So some of them also
doesn't own. They're mostly private.
But
there should be checks and balances.
If they need support in that industry, they should buy life jackets and give to them.
Yes.
Okay,
IPOB
has alleged that its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is being denied access to his visitors at his confinement at the DSS custody. The spokesperson of the group, Emma Powerful, who made the disclosure in a statement yesterday, claimed that Kanu's visitors were being selected and harassed. The group also frowned at what it described as flimsy excuse given by DSS in allowing Kanu not allowing access to his visitors. Mr. Powerful said on Thursday that DSS refused to allow Nnamdi Kanu access to visitors, claiming the claim of not having enough personnel to handle the logistics for Nnamdi Kanu's visitors because of the Imo, Bayelsa and Kogi State elections is quite flimsy and laughable.
Yeah, so I have an important story. It's a warning to the public. The Nigerian Customs Service yesterday warned the public to be wary of criminals masquerading as its officials on social media, various social media platforms, selling elusive vehicles and job vacancies. The National Public Relations Officer of Customs, Abdullahi Maiweda, in a statement said the NCS neither auctions vehicles nor conducts recruitment on social media, that anyone who is doing so is a criminal. And, you know, he advised that people should report this. So he says the modus operandi of the swindlers is to create a platform on especially Facebook, where the pictures of high-ranking officials of the customs would be used to advertise fake jobs and then properties that they are selling. They know that they see some of these things from individuals, but there's a modus operandi in which they, you know, discard and auction them out. They don't do it on social media. They've never done it on social media. When you see any of such, you should go to their website and make a report.
Vanguard, shock as Saudi Arabia cancels visa on arrival for 264 Nigerians. Let's find a story of not taking. Why colleges of education can't remit 40% to federal government's treasury, says Koeso. Insecurity, you've done well, Ribadu tells CDS service chiefs. Tinubu orders withdrawal of policemen from VIPs. Experts employment, FG moves to secure more jobs for Nigerians. 2 LAWMA highway sweepers crushed to death in Lagos. Securities dealers blame speculators for Naira's woes. Okay, which story?
I have the lecturers of the nation's colleges of education asking the federal government to exclude the colleges of education from 40% remittance as directed by the government. We know that the government had directed that all educational systems must remit 40% of their IGR to the federal government. And the lecturers operating under the aegis of Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union, COESU, said that imposing the directive on the colleges of education would lead to increments in school fees and other school charges, and this will cause hardship on the student. They said they don't have students who are from rich homes. There are no ministers or governors' children attending colleges of education. They are mainly people who are just trying to survive. And so, you know, asking them to pay 40% IGR to, from their IGR to the government is, they don't know where to get the money from. They barely have enough to even handle their issues. I think they mentioned the amount of money the government even gives to support them, which is hardly enough. It doesn't come on time, it's not enough. Yesterday, I remember, you know, coming across in the papers as well when ASU president was saying that even the universities do not have, they are not a money generating organization that is more like giving back to the society, that what they even collect money for is for maybe ID cards, for hostels, for lab coats and all of that. So peradventure, they collect 1,000 naira. Is it from that 1,000 naira each for plastic ID cards that they want to be giving the federal government 40% back? That's the government needs to scrap all of this. So now that colleges of education are saying, please exclude us, we don't have money to do this. I don't know.
So,
okay, go ahead, Waike.
Which one do you want to take?
I was going to take the one about experts. I know Nima would like this story. So the federal government is rolling out and implementing a new policy on expatriate quota that would likely ensure more Nigerians are have employment opportunities in the country. According to them, many of the companies involved in this are construction companies, oil and gas, telecoms, manufacturing, and hospitality, amongst many others. And according to the companies that will be focused to consummate the better employment deal are wholly foreign, joint ventures, or indigenous companies that are engaging in expatriates services. According to them, the policy which will be made, the details will be made known to the Ministry of Interior, and they'll be the ones to implement it. But according to them, they're going to ensure that more Nigerians, because currently we have over 150,000 expatriates who are working in Nigerian or these companies, and many of them should be replaced by Nigerians who can actually do the jobs. So they will let us know about the implementation, but definitely it's been approved, and they're going to keep the details close to their chest until it's ready to.
But have they asked why we get expatriates to do the job?
So they're saying that the Nigerian counterparts, they should find Nigerian counterparts, especially when it comes to engineering, professionals.
They have Nigerian counterpart. There's a reason why people insist on having these expatriates do the job. They should get to the root of the issue. There's a reason. We know we have Nigerians here, but there's something about them.
Okay. We have to wrap up.
Okay, I was going to take the two LAWMA highway sweepers who were crushed to death.
Yes.
A car purportedly trying to escape from task force hit and killed two women who were doing their job, and there was people gathered, and meanwhile the task force has denied, saying it's not them. That's Jajaloye said that they will fish out the officials who were chasing the car, but it wasn't task force, that nobody had been deployed from the task force office.
So those two women work with LAWMA, so they're
they work
women
with
that
LAWMA.
clean the roads. That thing really broke my heart. Because
you know
that these women get up quite early in the morning and put their lives at risk.
You know, their lives are at risk. I see them, and I really fear for them every time I see them.
We have to wrap up. Unfortunately, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back more to the hot topic of today, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.